Oh, well, hey, bitch. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Real quick, I want to talk about Kandi Burris. Okay, Kandi Burris, formerly of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She recently announced at the Grammys on the red carpet that she will not be returning back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it appears to be a decision of her own. I know I definitely had some questions about that. Like, was this truly your decision, or was this a decision of the network? Did they give you an offer that you just refused? You know, what was really going on? But she went on to do an interview with Jason Lee at Hollywood Unlocked, and she said that they did ask her to come back, but they took too long, so she decided to take on other opportunities. Therefore, she declined the opportunity for this coming season. All right. She also went on to her Instagram where she uploaded some audio of Andy. Andy got a chance to talk about it on the podcast about Kandi leaving, and I believe that he may have raved about Kandi and her appearance being on the show and stuff. And I have not listened to it, so I want to check it out with y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull it up over here on the screen so that we can listen to this together and see exactly what it is Andy had to say in support of Miss Kandi Burris. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Kandi announced last night on the Grammy red carpet that she's not going to be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta after an unbelievable run. Unbelievable.
How many seasons?
Can I just say that Kandi only did 14 seasons, and I kind of wish she would have rounded it off at 15 before she took her official break. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I can't help but question whether or not they try to give Kandi a friend role or something, because she did kind of highlight with Jason Lee some of like the negotiations or something. As a matter of fact, let me hop over here so that we could see exactly what she told Jason Lee first before we finish up with what she told before we finish up with what Andy had to say, because it seems like they may not have had a good agreement on the negotiations of things as well, which has me questioning, like, did they try to put you in like a friend role or something? What was really going on with that? So give me a second as I'm over here trying to find that interview that he had with Miss Kandi here. All right, I think we may have found it. So let's go ahead and get that over here and get that back up on the screen. All right.
Well, first of all, we already know you're a boss. We know that you've had money forever. Even when some of us were struggling eating government cheese, Kandi was eating nicely. Okay,
Hilarious.
I heard that you were one of the few people that's been re-signed to the Housewives of Atlanta. That's what I heard. Now I'm in the streets. Am I right or wrong? Okay, you don't even have to answer because do you want to answer or can you not answer?
Because you know what, I didn't really know if I was gonna give any, tell anybody how I felt about it until a later date. But I already said it before to my friend down there. I'll say it again. I decided I'm not coming back this year.
Really? Why?
Well, I mean, I've been doing it for 14 years, and I have a lot of things that I've got going on this year, that big announcements to make soon, and I just said I wasn't coming back. They did.
Already told me
Okay, hold on.
Well, first of all, we already know you're a boss.
They did ask me to come back, but obviously, when you talk about with negotiations, we didn't necessarily have on the same page, and so I just was like, you know what?
See, that's the part for me where she says they weren't necessarily on the same page. So it kind of makes me question if they gave her like a lower amount that she was willing than what she was really willing to take. So if that's the case, I kind of don't blame her. We know Kandi wants to be like an EGOT. So, I mean, the only way to better her chances with that, receiving Oscars, Tonys, all of that, like, she's going to have to go out and get more involved in the acting realm. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, girl. I do. But it would have been nice to see her rounded off at 15 seasons like I did. 15, I'm out. So this was cute. It was a nice run, girl. But I'm gone. But I guess 1 year shy of that ain't gonna matter. I do see her returning at a later time. Okay, give her maybe 2 or 3 years and they may slide her back on in there like they tried to slide Phaedra on over there to marry the medicine child.
I'm just gonna take my move, my
But
break.
you've been one of the few on the franchise that's given them so many other shows too.
Yeah.
True.
No, we're
Very
still going to be
true.
working together. We got some other things coming.
Okay, so you just
Listen, I do believe Kandi and the gang is coming back, but if y'all want to bring back Escape, still kicking it, bitch, and then go ahead. Latasha Scott, don't be acting like you can't use that coin. You feel what I'm saying? But I understand if you don't want to be beefing with your sister, you know, in front of the whole wide world. I completely get it. But listen, if y'all want to bring back Escape, still kicking it, then bring it back.
I'm
want
still
to
a
do
part
that
of.
show.
I'm still part of the Bravo family.
Okay.
I still love them. They love me, but I decided that it was time.
So basically, that means next season she's gonna get a bigger bag and she'll come back. All right, let me.
No, it's not even that because you know they've always given me a big bag.
Ooh.
You know, it's not even that just that, but like literally, it was only like one thing that we didn't necessarily agree upon. You know what I mean? But at the same time, a friend of mine had asked me one day. They were like, "Okay, well, why do you keep doing it?" And I was like, "Well, you know, when you're doing something for 14 years, you know, you kind of just do it." They did ask me to come back, but because you've been doing it for 14
But not only
years.
that, you've also successfully used reality TV as a platform. I think you,
Yeah.
more than a lot of people, understand that it's a marketing tool.
Yeah, no,
Right?
for sure.
Music, products, all that.
For sure. I think what happened was when they kind of gave us like the little break to whatever while they were trying to make their decision, they let me get too much time on my hands. So then I got back in the studio more. I've been writing more. I got some other projects and stuff that's going to be coming. I can't wait to announce the other stuff that I got going on. So it's like I'm not a person that's just going to sit around. So it just they gave me too much time to
So
realize-
basically, you just text some DeVito's unavailable, and now you're unavailable. Okay. I mean, I don't even try.
It wasn't even negative. I love them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Okay.
it was, you know, it was a cool conversation. It wasn't, you know, negative.
Oh, we know when you throw shade, it is not shady. Kandi, you know, she's teaching me how to read in a nice way.
Ciao.
Okay, look, I ain't gonna lie.
Same
Because
face.
you've been doing it for
Facts. Okay. Also, not just Kandi and the gang, which I do believe Bravo may pick back up with Kandi, which at least that's what I'm hoping. But also, I think we might see her on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip as well. So that's probably what she means as well when she says that we're going to continue to work together. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do together. And shout out to Kandi, because I really feel like that's how you leave a show, even if it was the fact that, oh, they gave her lesser amount of money or whatever the case is. I do believe she left the network on great terms to where they're going to continue to work together and, you know, do other spinoffs. Like, girl, that's how you leave the show. Like, it's just about how you do stuff. You could disagree, girl. It's okay with disagreeing with people and things, okay? It's okay with disagreeing. It's just about how you go about doing it. And just like she said, it wasn't a bad thing. They just didn't agree on some stuff that gave her too much time to think about things, and she decided to opt out. All right, but let's go ahead and get back to what Andy had to say about Miss Kandi.
Seasons was Kandi
I
on
believe
that
it
show.
was 14, babe.
Holy crap.
Yes. Incredible run. And you think about how much she not only went through on the show, but brought to the show. When she came on, she was with AJ.
She was engaged.
But between filming her first season and shooting the reunion, was killed.
Yeah, unfortunately.
She lost him. Mama Joyce was disapproving of AJ in her first season. This was season 2 of Atlanta. It was It was Candy's first season. She also, in those early seasons, did the music and wrote "Tardy for the Party," which
Insane.
has become, you know, canon. I mean, it's just iconic to the moment. She fell in love with Todd. He was working for Truly Original.
That's right. Yeah.
When they were on their trip in Africa. She brought us Mama Joyce. She brought us Bolo. She brought us The Dungeon, Bedroom Candy, Don Juan, the Old Lady Gang. I mean, it goes on and on. She was always very true to herself. She always, she wanted to be the best. She has been one of my favorite people to work with
That's what's up.
in my whole time first as an exec at Bravo and then as an EP of the Housewives, and just, hosting Watch What Happens Live. I love how competitive she is.
Yeah.
I love how thoughtful and smart she is.
Yeah.
She is so strategic. She would call me anytime she had a thought about either the way the show was being marketed or not marketed, or about the way that it was being scheduled, or she had a lot of really smart opinions and thoughts, and she always wanted to know more. What's your strategy here? What are you thinking? It was always a great dialogue. And then
I'm like, this just really like warms my heart to hear that Andy has so many nice things to say about Kandi. Like, I don't know if I've ever heard Andy go on the spiel like this about any of his housewives that may have left the show. You could say, like, he really, I believe that he genuinely really did, and does, like Kandi. And girl, I just got to learn how this lady think, like, even more, because I mean, Kandi pretty much cool with everybody. Like, sis got networking and shit damn packed, okay? I'm definitely here for it.
And sometimes at the end of the conversation, she would say, you know what? I'm glad I called. I totally get it now. Sometimes she would say, y'all are wrong. And a lot of times, by the way, she was right. So, there's that. She always brought her authentic self to whatever she was doing.
Just a genuine person.
And I'm excited also because she came into the show with her own, obviously, her own name and her career. I mean, she's got a huge.
Yeah, say that again. Y'all remember in the beginning stages, Nene tried to downplay Miss Kandi like she wasn't no damn body. Like, girl, you know that lady already had major status before she got on this damn show.
Thing.
Yeah, Kandi is a talented star. She's not, no offense to anyone else, she's not just a rich wife of someone.
No, she's
or
a
rich
Grammy-winning songwriter and performer.
Artist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's incredible the cachet that she brought.
And one of the reasons I love having her on the radio when she comes through town or anything, I mean, she wrote Bills, 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 No Scrubs, on, and the list goes on and on. She worked with Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. She's in Mariah Carey's autobiography. I mean, she's got a long history as a songwriter and performer. And now, as a producer of Broadway shows, an actress. So
Candy-Coated Nights, who could forget that?
Exactly. Anyway, I know that she's going to continue being a success in everything she does. We had a long talk the other day. She and I and Todd on the phone. I appreciate her saying, you know what? I think this is just time. And she knows the show is at a crossroads right now. And I don't even want to talk about where we're going with it. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I don't think this is about where we're going. I think it's just about celebrating her right now. And I've said this before, I think on the radio and anywhere else. She, during the summer of 2020, which was a reckoning for all of us on many levels, she wrote such a thoughtful letter to all of us at Bravo, and truly original, with some really valid and true thoughts about the way that we could be conducting business differently, that might be just more inclusive, more positive, more meaningful. And it led to a great conversation between she and the network. And I believe the network then took it seriously enough that they basically made them all action items and said, well,
I remember her
we need
bringing
to
it up.
do all of this now. And that's a partner. That's someone who's like, we are in this together. We have a long history. You guys, this is what I'm seeing that's going on. This is how it could be better. And so if I didn't respect her and love, this is very impactful. She business behind.
Yeah.
So I just oh, I am too. I kind of worked myself up into a lather as we were talking, and but man, and I told her, look, and I know that Bravo will be in business with her for a long time. They've
That's
got
what's
other
up.
things in development. So she is a talent that they're not going to want to let go. Might I mention that the movie that Todd directed, it did really well on Peacock. They wound up buying the movie. You can
Boom.
see that
I think they're
on
gonna do more of
Peacock.
that.
And so there you go. She is one of the greats. She is one of the greats.
I agree.
And I want everybody to know it. So
That
thank
was
you, Kandi,
so
for your service. I did
nice.
tell her, I was like, Kandi, you could drop back in a year or two.
Right.
I
know,
love
right.
that.
Come back.
It's like
Thanks for keeping it real.
absolutely. So there you go. Absolutely. I didn't know when she was going to share her news, so I was surprised last night. I was like, oh my God, it's out. So
That's a good place to do it, the Grammy red carpet.
yeah, it is. She's worldwide. By the way,
Period.
Todd Tucker's movie is called The Pass, and it's up on Peacock now. So more to come about the Real Housewives of Atlanta later, but I just wanted to say all I had to say. And I just put up a post on Instagram, and I didn't have time to say everything I wanted to say because I was like, I got to get ready for the radio show. So there you go. Kandi announced last night.
Boom. I appreciate Andy coming through clarifying. I feel like it answers a lot of my questions for the most part. And this was definitely a decision made by Kandi, and Andy will have her back whenever she's ready to come back. I feel like that's how you leave an establishment. It is okay to disagree with stuff, but it is definitely about how you go about doing that. And then what I love is the fact that if she's not going to be on Housewives, she's still having other shows and other projects that she's working with them on. Like, that's how you do that. So shout out to Kandi. I'm happy for her. I ain't even mad at it. I love it. And I love the fact that he spent the time to give her flowers, for the most part with this clip here. So I love that. I just wanted to see what some of the people are saying. Giselle Bryant says well deserved tribute. Claudia Jordan says legendary. Let's see. Portia Williams says, I love this. Yes, Kandi. Yes, Kandi should be celebrated for a legendary run. The best is yet to come. A real one. Okay. Andy says, love you, Kandi. Yandy says, wow, friend, we know it. We see you always for who you are and who you've always been. Kind, humble, and always about your business, period. I love him for publicly saying all the things we all see all the time. We see all the time. We know in this business, networks and executives try to keep an even face across the board with talent, not ever publicly shining a light on those that have paid real dues in front and behind the camera. And also, I would think to not want to show favoritism or anything like that. But she goes on to say, but in this case, you just can't keep this gem a secret. Keep rising, sis. Can't wait for all that's to come. Okay, absolutely. I mean, I appreciate that message from Yandy. to Miss Kandi. Okay, Jazzy Face says, love you, Kandi. Thank you for all that you are and all that you're becoming. Toasting to new beginnings. Let's go. Okay, so shout out to Miss Kandi for that. She says, thank everybody for the love. Kenya Moore says, hashtag icon status. And that is just on period. So it's weird that she's leaving and you still want to say congratulations at the same time. Because she got some stuff in store. Okay, so good job and congratulations to Miss Kandi for making that decision to move on and to get into more things. But I do feel like we're gonna see Kandi back on Real Housewives in a few years. I think she may tap in. But anywho, that's all I got. I just wanted to listen to this message together, okay, with you guys. Since I reported on the first half, and and more details came out, I wanted to report on that as well. So leave your thoughts and comments down below, okay? I am Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me, honey, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
City and cul-de-sac, coming out swinging like soldier rag, leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler, the flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, so straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my